So I was working with a patient this morning and he just reminded me, I want to share with you, I'm in the midst of creating a group exercise class that I'm going to start holding in our vacant lot outdoors. I'm hoping sometime in June, mid-June. And I want to share with you the motive behind this class. I'm calling it the restorative breath and movement class. And let me just share the story behind ultimately why I want to share this with you, the public. About 12 years ago, 2010, my father died of lung cancer. Now, my father was an internist cardiologist, didn't smoke a cigarette a day in his life, didn't work in a coal mine or some kind of other toxic environment that would warrant him having lung cancer. So I think it was 80 or 90, some insane percent of his left lung was cancerous by the time they caught it through his chest x-ray. So this was all a surprise. Doctors had no explanation how this could happen. They blamed it on genetics, whatever, okay? So since then, I've come with some theories. I've spent a lot of years in training and understanding postural therapy, asymmetrical sciences, and how the body functions and moves. And one of the patterns that's very common is people have somewhat of a more compressed right side because they're more lateralized to the right. So meaning the lungs on the right are in a more compressed state, whereas the lungs on the left are in a more expanded state. So what that means is too much air on the left chest wall or left lungs, they have nowhere to go. And the air on the right, there's not enough air that could come in there to create an expansion. So it's all about pressure management and how the body moves or whatnot with that. So let's say hypothetically, my dad had that similar pattern, because we all have it as human beings, let's say, to some degree. Let's say hypothetically, he wasn't the most active, physically athletic guy. But let's just say hypothetically, what if his left lung was in that more expanded state or hyperinflated state and wasn't able to compress and to empty out the air as much? And what if we think about the lungs, like the liver and other organs, are like filters to some degree where they have a detoxification function. So let's say the lungs weren't able to do that as much because of that underlying hyperinflated state. Who's to say that might have contributed to that increased cancer, or 90+% of his lungs being cancerous? So anyway, it's far-fetched. I know a lot of people won't believe it or whatnot, but hey, it's a better theory or hypothesis than what medicine was giving me and my family back then when my dad passed away. So fast forward to now, the restorative breath and movement class is basically exactly that. It's basically to address how you yourself can empower yourself by using your breath with movement, and more specifically, how we could manipulate and change the structure to affect the function, and vice versa, the function changing the structure. So this way, doing that, and then we challenge that with traditional type of exercise to challenge the cardiorespiratory systems with this new sense of balance. So thank you.